I ask you to be very patient. This is not only happening to me. We have spoken with other teachers. We actually were talking with Sophia before, and I don't know what is going on, maybe because of the rain. I don't know what is really going on, but if it cuts, be patient. I will have to create another session and I will send the link. Okay?
Okay, okay.
Today, there is no PowerPoint. As you saw, we are going to work with the document that I sent that is called the Speaking Final Exam. This is a Word document. Okay, so you can start having a look on it. Okay, good morning, Tatiana. How are you?
Good morning, teacher. Fine. You?
Fine, thank you very much. So as I was saying, today we are going to work with this guide of the speaking final exam. Let me know when you have it ready, okay? When you have it in front of your eyes so we can start working.
Teacher?
Yes?
I have a question. The last questions that we did not answer, we are going to answer today?
Yes, we are going to answer them today. Yes, I would like to go because if I don't know whether we can, if the connection goes wrong or something, I would like to focus first on the final exam, and then we will have some spare time, and we will finish the questions.
Okay, teacher.
Okay, no problem. So as you can see on the final exam, we have, this is your guide and evaluation rubric. Okay, so who wants to read the main objective, please?
I can read it, teacher.
Yes, please, Laura.
Test the progress and impact that the speaking sessions have had on each learner's skills to express themselves in English.
Okay, thank you very much. So here I am not going to ask you to talk about different things. It's just what you have learned, what you have practiced during the speaking sessions that we start in March. Okay, and now who wants to read the description of the activity? For the ones who have just arrived, we are working with the document, the Speaking Final Exam. Okay, the document that I sent on Monday. Please, Sophia, the description of the activity.
Okay. Each student will back at 10 minutes, slow to answer the questions prepared by the teacher during the 16th session. The questions will be about themselves, their choices, likes and dislikes, strengths and weaknesses, as well as their plans and perspective as future teachers.
Okay, very good. So for this one, and this is what I wanted to start by this first activity, I have organized, and you have to choose. For example, there are different possibilities. You can choose, for example, from 10 o'clock to 10 past 10, then from 10 past 10 to 20 past 10, and so on. Okay, if you last less than 10 minutes, it's not a big deal, it's not a problem. The most important thing is that you speak clearly, that you use the correct grammar structures, good vocabulary, and specifically that you take into account what we have seen, the things that I have correct, the things that I have explained. Okay, so before we move on, I would like you to start booking your timetables. Okay, so who wants to go first for the final exam, the final interview, from 10 o'clock to 10 past 10?
I can take the first turn, teacher.
Okay.
Is it okay with the rest of the group?
Yes? What do you think, people? Okay?
Hello,
Teacher, I
teacher.
want to do the second.
Okay. Hello, Eric. How are you?
Okay, teacher, fine. And you?
Fine. Thank you
Teacher,
very much.
I'm connecting a little late, but I don't understand that you explain us.
Okay, Eric. We are reviewing the final exam guide, okay? And you have to book a specific time for your interview. So the first one who has booked is Laura from 10 o'clock to 10:30. No, sorry, 10 past 10. Sorry. And then we have Sophia is going to go next.
Okay.
Did you have the possibility to read the guide of the final speaking exam?
The document in the Word.
The Word document. We are actually working with that because today we don't have the PowerPoint presentation.
Okay, teacher, and I read it. I listen that you say objective, but don't hear well.
Don't hear what? Sorry?
No, when you tell about the main objective for the document, the speaking session final exam, the next steps.
I can hear you very well, Eric. I am losing you somehow.
Teacher, me too. I don't hear you very well.
The others, can you hear me? Can you hear me well?
Yes, teacher.
Yes, perfectly.
Yes, teacher.
Okay, I think then if the others
Yes,
can
teacher.
hear me well, maybe you have to check your connection, Eric, because I can't hear you very well. Okay? I am going to repeat again from the
Teacher, and
beginning.
now?
There is still a background noise, Eric. But can you hear us better
Teacher,
now?
let me to reconnect me.
Okay, okay. Okay, for the others, we have our final exam during the next session. The next session is on Wednesday, the 9th. Okay, that will be our last session. Okay, is it clear for everyone?
Yes, teacher.
The 9th of May. So now what we are organizing, because at the beginning I was explaining to Laura and Tatiana and Sofia that there are, since yesterday and the day before yesterday, there have been some problems with Hangouts. So I would like to book your timetables before we have any problem. Okay, so we are actually organizing the different turns. The first one who has booked is Laura. Okay, you have all of these. I'm going to share with you. All of these are the different timetables. Okay.
Teacher,
Yes,
can I
Miguel.
take the next turn at 10:30? I think.
We have, let me see, we have so far until 20 past 10. Like this. So far we have this. You can choose. Look. We have so far Laura and then Sofia. So Miguel, do you want to go next from
Yes.
20 past 10? Okay.
20 past 10 to 10:30. Yes.
Perfect. Okay. Who wants to go next? After Miguel?
Teacher.
Tatiana?
Señora.
Okay, so
Teacher,
we
I'm
will-
sorry, I have a question.
Yes.
This final exam is gonna be from Hangouts too?
Yes, it's going. Unfortunately, we have to do it also on Hangouts because I need to record you.
Okay.
So the thing is, you get online, you participate, and then you are free to go. Okay? I will be online from 10 to 11:30. And of course, if some of you take longer, I also ask you to try to stick on the time that you have chosen, but also if you take maybe 2 or 3 minutes more, try to be patient. Okay?
Teacher, but are you going to send the link to each one of us?
Yes, as it will work as a normal session at maybe
Okay.
5 to 10. I will send to everyone the link, but normally you will have to wait until it's your time to connect.
Okay, teacher, thank you.
Is it clear for everyone?
Okay, teacher. I reconnect.
Okay.
Do you hear me well
Yes,
now?
yes, I can hear you very well now.
Okay, teacher. Teacher, I'm many doubts. I want to know the 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 day of the SAMs is
Mm-hmm.
the Wednesday or
No, I was saying to the other. Don't worry. Let
Friday?
me explain you, and then if you have more questions, you can ask them. Okay? I repeat, the exam is on Wednesday. Wednesday is the 9th of May. Okay? This is our last
Okay, teacher.
session. Okay? So far, we have booked these timetables, Eric. You have to book a special time for you. Okay? So you can take, excuse me, there is Tatiana also who has. One moment, I am going to update this one. Okay, so far we have these timetables. Okay? So group B, we have Laura from 10 to 10 past 10, Sofia from 10 past 10 to 20 past 10, Miguel from 20 past 10 to 10:30, and then Tatiana. And then who wants to go next? We have 3 slots left. Do you want to take the next one, Eric? Or Andres? You have to book 10 minutes for your interview. Okay? Cristel, very good. Okay, so Cristel Leon, it's booked from 20 to 11, from 10 to 11, and then after Cristel, boys, who wants to go next?
Teacher, I'm.
Okay, Eric. And then the last spot will be then for you, Andres. Okay. So I'm going to share here and also on the look. So here is the final timetable for everyone. Keep it in mind. I am going also to send it in the Skype group.
Thank you, teacher.
Okay, no problem. Thank you. And it is important to remember that on that day, on Wednesday, I will send you the Hangouts link at maybe 5 to 10 as usual, okay? But you will only have to get online when it's your turn, okay? And we are going to continue. I don't know if you have any questions regarding the timetable, regarding the date. Is it clear for everyone?
No, teacher, is clear. Our
Yes.
time.
Okay, good. Okay, so we continue here with the guide that we were reading.
Yes,
So
teacher.
we were reading the description, okay? So for those who weren't there, the description says that you will have to book a 10 minutes slot. We have already done this. And the questions are going to be about yourselves, your choices, likes and dislikes. So one of the questions, the first question, in fact, is I am going to ask you to introduce yourself, and here you will have to review the expressions that we use at the very first session that we did together, okay? And be careful with the verbs that you use, especially when you talk about your age. Stick to the verb to be. I am 20 years old, okay? I live instead of I live, okay? Things that I have corrected. I will also ask you in this to give a brief description of your hobbies and your interests, okay? This is very easy. Then I'm going to ask you about your English choices. Why did you choose English? Why did you, or when did you choose to become an English teacher, and why? Okay. And I am going to ask you what are your strengths according to your own opinion, or maybe some of you already work as English teachers. So what do you consider that are your strengths, sus fortalezas, and also your weaknesses, okay, as teachers, okay? Do I have to work my pronunciation? Do I have to work my communication? Do I have to be more organized, okay? This is something for you to reflect. And I also am going to ask you, this is more like a personal opinion, okay? What if you could change anything from the UNAT, okay? The courses, the methodology, the structure of the bachelor degree, what will it be? Okay, this is important also for the UNAT to know if you are satisfied or not, and what can we improve. Some people, for example, have told me that in general, working in the collaborative groups is very difficult. And I know that because usually for me, people don't work when there are more than two. There is usually the third one who doesn't work, and there are only two really concerned about the tasks and the different activities. So this is maybe something that you have thought about, but I would like you to tell me, this is very honest opinion. This is not going to impact your grades. On the contrary, this can help the university to become better. Okay? And that's basically it. Okay? You don't, there are no grammar questions on themselves. I'm not going to ask you to explain me one tense or another. It's more that you use them correctly to talk about yourself and your abilities and your experiences already as teachers. I don't know if regarding the questions you have any doubts. No, no questions?
No, teacher, no question.
Okay. In any case, if in any stage do you feel that you need a clarification, please stop me and we will hear you. We have different competences here, okay? So the first different skills that we are going to measure. The first one makes a reference to the linguistic skill. Who wants to read the linguistic competence?
Me, teacher.
Yes, Tatiana, please.
Okay, linguist competence, learning practice the use of the specific vocabulary and forms of the different tense reviewed during the speaking session.
Very good, okay. So here you have to remember, for example, if you are going to talk about your hobbies, remember to use the adverbs of frequency. I usually play tennis on Saturdays, okay? I do yoga every day, okay? And remember the good and the correct pronunciation of the different verbs, okay? Let's move on to the next competence, sociolinguistic. Who wants to read this one, please? Yes.
Me, teacher.
Miguel, please.
Sociolinguistic competence. Students express themselves in a coherent and appropriate manner, practicing the knowledge they have acquired.
Okay. So here we are going to measure whether you are able not only to say some words, because you are already in intermediate English 1, you need to be coherent, and it is important to avoid the excuse me, because this shows that you are not prepared. Okay, this is why I have taken the time to give you the guide and also to give you more or less the questions. You have already an idea of what is going to be. Okay, so what I recommend and I suggest is that you prepare some keywords of what you have a better idea, because if you only wait until that date, even if you have a very good pronunciation, a very good grammar, I am going to take into account if you hesitate. I can always feel and realize if the person is prepared or not. Okay, so take the time. You have almost a week still to prepare yourselves. Okay, and then the pragmatic competence. Who wants to read it, please? Eric? Oh, we cannot hear you very well, Eric. Yes, Sophia, please.
Learning is good in...
Pragmatic competence.
Sorry.
Eric, we can hear you very well. It's like in... We hear you, but with a lot of delay. It's like maybe the connection is not good enough, Eric. It's like you're talking with delay. Let's hear Sophia, please.
Okay, teacher.
Sophia.
Learners put into practice the different topics and explanations given by the teacher during to the speaking sessions in order to talk about themselves and their perspective as future teachers.
Okay, so here, of course, we are practicing the different tenses, vocabulary, expression, but we are going also to have the perspective of you as future English teachers. Okay, think also about what is this strength. Are you, for example, someone who is very creative, and this can help you a lot to be a teacher? Think about those elements that can make you an excellent English teacher and a great teacher, and this is something that makes you unique. Okay, is that because you are always thinking to integrate music or to integrate art or games? I don't know. It's each one of it's it is something that you can say from your own experience. Okay, thank you, Sophia. Thank you to the others as well. And you here I have summarized very briefly the topics. Who wants to read the topics, please?
Me, teacher.
Yes, Tatiana, please.
Okay, introducing yourself, giving your opinion, agreeing in disagreeing, simple present, present continuous, simple past, simple future, and modal verbs.
Okay, as I said before, I am not going to ask you any grammar question. I am going to listen carefully if you use this tense in the correct way. For example, you say, I'm a student in the UNAT, SEAT Acacias, for example. I am working in a primary school, okay? So here we have, for permanent things, I use the simple present. For temporary things, the present progressive. Okay, this is, I would like you, when you answer your questions, to use these different topics in a correct way. I don't know if there you have a question regarding this.
No, teacher, it's clear.
Okay, good. And then we are going to make, as you see, the classroom environment, it's the hangout session. I really hope that we won't have any problem, any technical problem. But if in any case it cuts, remember we have to use another link. So if you are talking and then it gets cut, don't worry, I will have to set everything up from the beginning and we will start again. I know it can be tiring, but we have to adjust to it. We were discussing with the other teachers what we could do, but the UNAT said we have to do it on Hangouts, so we have to do it on Hangouts. Okay? And on point number 7, I gave you more references. So for example, today we are going to clarify some doubts, but if you have more questions, there you find a lot of information that can help you, okay? And finally, there is the rubric, okay? So there are some criteria that I'm going to take into account. You are a very active group. I don't have problem with you in terms of attitude because you are all the time willing to participate. I have the case in
Teacher, I don't hear you.